What's up, guys? Welcome to the Line Change. In this video, we're going to be continuing our series on potential 15th overall draft options for the Vancouver Canucks. Of course, if they do decide to keep their first round 15th overall pick. In this video, we're going to be talking about Justin Carbonneau. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So there we go. Once again, this article is brought to us by our friends at Canucks Army, in particular, Dave Hall. As we mentioned earlier, this is a series of videos that we're doing. We've already covered Carter Bear and Braden Coots. I haven't gotten to Brady Martin, as that was the first article that Dave Hall did. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one, as that was so long ago. Maybe I still will, but we'll see. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Justin Carbonneau, who plays for the Blainville-Boisbriand Armada in the QMJHL. He's 18 years old. He's a right winger, 6'1", 192 pounds, shoots right, and he's from Lévis, Quebec, Canada. Apologies if I mispronounce that, or if it's Lévis, Quebec, Canada. We've emphasized centers with our target list for obvious reasons. Looking at the depth chart, the Canucks are dangerously light up the middle with minimal reinforcements on the way. Regardless, sometimes you have to target pure skill rather than need, and Justin Carbonneau could easily carry the highest offensive pedigree within his echelon of the first round. With some of the best hands in the draft, perhaps the best, the Quebec native blends an intriguing mixture of high-end skill and power elements. His highlight package is one of the more thrilling among this entire draft, let alone the mid stages of the first round. When offensive chances arise, Carbonneau is typically at the center of it all. He lives to produce points and can do so in various ways. Rushing up the ice, he shows tremendous speed and views the ice well, with his head up always in transition. The crafty right shot winger finished his draft eligible season tied for second in the QMJHL in goal totals, 46, while sitting second league-wide with 89 points, firing at an impressive 1.44 point per game clip. Among the entire crop of 2025 eligibles, he finished third in goals and fifth in point totals. He uses his powerful stride and delicate hands to blow by defenders or his strength to drop the shoulder and power through his checks. He's not afraid to get physical, giving him a considerable advantage when transitioning to the next level. While some areas in his game need work, the offensive package is highly intriguing, whether it's a filthy highlight goal showing off his crafty hands, a rocket shot from both long and short ranges, or digging for pucks at the net front. He can do it all. He's a natural shooter who can release that weapon in various ways. From a distance, he can unleash a powerful one-timer. From mid-range, he delivers effective drag and release shots or pinpoint wrist shots. He's deadly off the rush and can work the inside incredibly well thanks to his swift puck handling. It's not just the goals either. Carbonneau is a dual-threat contributor and can make show-stopping assists with his deceptive nature, finding teammates with tricky passes that many could not execute. Simply put, the opportunities are endless when the whole package is working: speed, power, compete, and offensive skill. Could you sense a but coming? His offensive attributes are exciting and fully projectable as a top 6 bet. However, definite holes in his game beg for maturation and development, most of which boil down to decision making. While his mind is extremely crafty, he can lead him to try too much, whether it's him attempting to stick handle his way through traffic or come up with one of his flashy assists. It's not always effective. When it works, it's fantastic. At the junior level, he can get away with the occasional giveaway and breakdown, but as Carbonneau climbs the ranks, the options shrink considerably, and he'll be forced to simplify his game and potentially play a more watered-down version of what we see today. Additionally, the commitment to the defensive side of the puck needs polishing. As an offensive player who always thinks production, he must develop more responsible habits and play a more complete 200 game. The good news is that he appears very aware of these areas of need, and his shortcomings generally don't stem from a lack of effort. He led his team in blocked shots this season, getting in front of 123 for an average of just under 2 per game, which was huge compared to the next skater in Blainville-Boisbriand at 87 blocks. So his 2-way game is the most significant outlier in his game, but hopefully it can be cleaned up in the future. But you take the positives with the negatives with this pick. A player with his unique combination of offensive prowess and power is well worth the gamble in the mid stages of the first round, as there could be serious top 6 potential looming. If the Canucks took him with the pick, you are guaranteed to have a good time following his trajectory. He's poised to churn out highlights on a near game-to-game basis for the next few years as he pushes toward the pro ranks. Daily Faceoff's Stephen Ellis had him at 15 in his mid-season draft rankings, with him providing a typical breakdown. Carbonneau's game has a lot of high-end attributes. Great skater, check. Excellent shot release, absolutely. A bit of an edge at times, you bet. Carbonneau loves to make big, flashy, high-end plays and often comes out on the right side of it. He can get caught trying to do too much, could use his teammates a bit more, but he understands that and is doing a better job of realizing when to bail on a play. I expect him to rise up a few more spots as he continues to build on his consistency. This sort of description is one you'll frequently see from nearly every profile of Carbonneau, including the one you're reading right now. But one thing is clear about Justin Carbonneau, the ceiling is among the highest at this spot. So there's that video on Justin Carbonneau. Little insight to him and his play. Compared to the others, yes, I do like his offensive, and hearing that, the fact that he's extremely crafty, he's got some good stick handling skills, and has from what I can read, one heck of a shot. I do have to admit, between the 3 that we have covered so far, I do like both Carter Bear and Braden Coots a little bit more than Carbonneau, mainly due to his, I don't want to say detractors, but it just seems like to me that both Bear and Coots are more well-rounded players compared to Carbonneau. Carbonneau is more of an offensive guy, and you really need someone who can play both ways. That's just my personal opinion. But Justin Carbonneau, another option for the Vancouver Canucks to be drafted at 15th overall. And it's the closer we get to the draft, obviously it's going to be interesting to see what happens and whether or not, if the Canucks do decide to trade that 15th overall pick in order to get that top 6 center that they that they so desperately need, that we keep saying, but it's true. And in order to get that second line center, the Canucks are going to have to give up something, and that starts with this first round pick. But I want to know what you guys think about Justin Carbonneau and the potential for him to be drafted by the Canucks, him being an option along with Carter Bear and Braden Coots, as well as Brady Martin. I keep mentioning Cole Resney. Hopefully he makes it into this series of potential 15th overall options. We shall see. But as always, if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks and Abbotsford Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a single video. And as always, if you want to find us on social media, you can find us on Facebook. Just search The Line Change. If you want to, you can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on Twitter /X at LineChangeVan. You can also find us on TikTok at the.line.change.po. Feel free to give us a follow on all our social media platforms. And of course, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, once again, feel free to give us a follow. as well as rate and review us. It is, as always, very greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for me in this video. As always, go Canucks go, and I'll see you guys in the next video.